Hey everybody, Dr. Naomi here at Ludwig Family Chiropractic. We're on episode 2 of our lecture series, the Ludwig Lessons. This topic is the gallbladder. Look my green for gallbladder. So, keep watching for the PowerPoint. We chose PowerPoint just because it seems a little easier to follow and it gives you a little more information than when I'm talking. So, let's get started.
All right, we chose this topic because we have found that gallbladder disease and removal is very common. How common, you may ask? There are about 500,000 gallbladder surgeries each year in the United States. 500,000. That is a lot of surgeries. But on another note, let's get started with some anatomy. Where is the gallbladder located? It is in the upper right quadrant of the abdomen, located under the liver, and is usually hollow and pear-shaped in structure. So if you see on that picture in the background, that golden little pear-shaped structure, that's your gallbladder. What does the gallbladder do? Its primary function is to store and concentrate bile. What is bile, you may ask? It is a yellowish brown digestive fluid produced by the liver that breaks up fats, helps with the digestion process, and drains waste products from the liver. Remember, your liver is your main detoxifier, so a lot of toxins are flowing through your liver, gallbladder, and intestines. So, in short, with that process, you eat food that contains fat. The food enters the small intestine, triggers CCK or cholecystokinin, which is a hormone, which tells the gallbladder to contract and secrete the stored bile, which then starts the digestion process. Are there any gallbladder issues? You betcha. So the most common conditions include stones, blockage, infection, and inflammation, usually diagnosed as acute cholecystitis. And more than likely in that order. So you have a stone, creates a blockage, you get an infection, and then soon enough, inflammation. And then more than likely, your doctor will suggest removal. They'll see an x-ray, they'll do an ultrasound, they'll see those stones and just say, get rid of it. Which then brings me to my next slide. Can I live without my gallbladder? Yes, you most definitely can. Your liver will still continue to produce bile, and the bile will move directly from your liver to your small intestine. But there may be side effects, which number one being difficulty digesting fats. You no longer have that regulator of bile secretion, so it'll continue to drip into the small intestine at that same continuous amount. So if you have a meal that's really high in fat, you may not have enough bile to fully digest those fats, which brings me to bullet number 2, diarrhea. So that excess fat is going to loosen that stool and you just have diarrhea. And then you can have flatulence, gas, constipation from dehydration, and then intestinal injury more than likely just from surgery. So what exactly are those pesky little gallstones? They are caused by excess cholesterol or bilirubin in the bile. Timeout. Side note, bilirubin is a yellow compound that occurs in the normal catabolic pathway that breaks down heat. All right, time in. And then when the gallbladder doesn't empty correctly, this buildup of bile becomes very concentrated and contributes to the formation of stones. There are 2 types of stones, cholesterol being the most common, and then pigment from bilirubin. And there's quite a lengthy list of risk factors, so I've just listed a few. Being female, 40 years or older, overweight, obese, sedentary lifestyle, high fat or cholesterol diet, usually paired with a low fiber diet, diabetes, liver disease, medications, and the list kind of goes on. So with those risk factors, you may be asking yourself, well, can I prevent gallstones or lessen my gallbladder pain? That is a great question because the answer is yes, you can. First, don't skip meals. Skipping meals decreases gallbladder movement, which causes the bile to become overconcentrated. Lose weight slowly. As the body metabolizes fat during rapid weight loss, it causes the liver to secrete an extra cholesterol into the bile, which then causes gallstones. Eat more high fiber foods, right? The fiber gets that colon rolling and then lowers your LDL or your bad cholesterol. Avoid high, bad, fatty foods, pizza, cookies, chips, stuff like that. Maintain a healthy body weight. Take supplements that will support the gallbladder. milk thistle, taurine, and ox bile I'll touch base on in the next slide. Of course, receive regular chiropractic care, making sure your nervous system is in check because the nervous system controls every tissue, organ, system in your body. So if that's in line, you're good to go, right? And then lastly, get food tested. There's an article, it's listed last in the bibliography if you're wanting a quick and interesting read. There are a few statements in that article that I'll share. Quote, one practitioner stated as early as 1941 that food allergy is a common cause of gallbladder disease, and that failure to recognize food allergy has resulted in many unnecessary cholecystectomies. In addition to potentially evoking an inflammatory response, food allergy or intolerance might cause delayed gallbladder emptying, an abnormality known to play a role in the pathogenesis of cholelithiasis. So, get food tested. Very, very important to find what your inflammatory triggers are. So, now we can touch base on those who have had a cholecystectomy and want to feel better. These steps are going to look very similar to those of prevention, right? Receiving regular chiropractic care, making sure the nervous system is in check. If you're missing an organ, you're going to want every other organ to be functioning properly. Get food tested, especially if your symptoms before the surgery have continued or gotten worse. That is a sign something is still wrong. Either your diet's wrong or something else is just not working properly. It might be nutrient deficient. Either way, getting food tested or then the nutrient testing is going to help. Eating a plant-based diet will help with inflammation, help maintain a healthy body weight. Limit your fat intake because your main regulator is now gone. Vegetable oil should be switched to extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil, which are higher in unsaturated fats, which is going to prompt your gallbladder to empty. And then limiting your liquid during meals. So that's just kind of going with dilution, right? If you have a huge glass of water before your meal without a gallbladder, it's going to dilute those gastric juices and the bile that you already, the limited bile that you already have. And you're going to need all the help you can get because you don't have that regulator anymore. And then eating smaller meals will ease the pressure on your digestive system. Large meals will strengthen intestinal contractions, trying to move that food through there, adding to any symptoms of abdominal pain, which is very common in people though that don't have a gallbladder or have gallbladder disease. And then lastly, adding nutritional supplements to your daily routine. Milk thistle is going to be important for liver health, reducing cholesterol, reducing insulin resistance, just to name a few. Taurine is an amino acid that acts as an antioxidant, supporting detoxification by protecting organs and tissues from damage. Ox bile will help with gallstone elimination, potentially making up for lack of bile, removing toxic substances from the body, clearing gut infections, and improving liver health, just to name a few. I personally love the Designs for Health brand. They have a supplement called LVGB Complex that has milk thistle, taurine, and ox bile, and a few other vitamins, I think B6 and B12 in it. So if you have any questions about that product or just want to know more about it, feel free to message or email me. So I hope this was insightful and informational. If you have any questions about this talk, food testing, supplements, feel free to contact me or stop by the office. Our phone number is 620-257-2040. Please share, comment on this video with anyone that you think will benefit from this information. I know it went kind of quick. I believe since gallbladder disease is so common that so many people can benefit from this short information, kind of compact information. So please share, comment this video, and stay tuned for more episodes of the Ludwig Lessons. And thanks for joining me on this gallbladder journey. Thanks, guys. Bye.